If you're lucky enough to experience it, you'll never forget it.
One season where everything goes right.
When every break goes your way.
Every bounce, every call, every move, and every turn.
And your season becomes a piece of absolute magic.
Even as it's happening, you can sense it's just once in a lifetime.
Like a dream you don't want to wake up from.
So you try to force yourself to remember every piece of it.
Every day and every night.
Every moment. Every sound the crowd makes.
Every feeling you get from it all.
As a competitor, at the highest level, I'll tell you something else about that feeling too.
It's earned. The best at what they do don't get there by accident.
Success is no fluke. It's a formula.
Of hard work,
teamwork,
dedication,
and belief.
A strategy
that pays off before the clock can strike midnight.
And sometimes of bold strokes, of daring desperation.
That's how greatness is achieved. And that's how magical seasons come to be.
So then, who's it going to be? Who's going to take that final step towards history?
Who's going to look back tonight and savor the perfect finish to their story?
Who's going to look back years from now and remember the season when just enough things went right to make it feel like everything went right?
Who's going to look back and always remember when it was all just absolute magic?
Ross Chastain, by far the most popular driver there. After all, this clip of his video game move at Martinsville is now up to over, get this, 100 million views overall, according to NASCAR. We don't know why the move happened, but Dave discovers how it happened.
Dr. Yander, thank you so much for joining me. Every time I read your book, I learn something. But after what Ross did at Martinsville this weekend, I felt like I had to reach out. How in the world did he do it?
Well, Newton's first law says that a race car in motion will remain in motion unless acted upon by an external force. That force is the centripetal force, mv squared over r. The faster you want to turn, the more turning force you have to have. In fact, turning at 80 miles an hour at Martinsville requires almost 4 tons of turning force. Now, normally, a car's turning force comes from its tires.
Whoa!
Wow, you're really into physics, aren't you?
Yeah.
Now, the only way to get more turning force? Use the wall to turn. So Chastain floored it. He rode the wall, entered turn 3 around 130 miles an hour. In fact, his last lap was almost 2 seconds faster than the lap before. And turning at Martinsville at 130 miles an hour, you would pull about 5.6 Gs. I mean, the astronauts on the space shuttle only pulled 3 Gs on liftoff. And Dave.
Yes, doctor.
You've been watching that Ross Chastain video the whole time, haven't you?
Yes, because it's so good. But knowing the science behind it now, it's always better the more you know.
Race fans here today to present the championship 4. Please welcome to the stage WWE superstar Big E.
We all want to go big.
Oh, Phoenix Raceway! After 35 races, it all comes down to this. Today, we crown a NASCAR Cup Series champion! So put your hands together and clap for your championship 4 drivers! He is the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series champion and 2022 regular season champion, making his 3rd straight appearance in the championship 4. Driver of the number 9 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet from Dawsonville, Georgia. Make some noise for Chase Elliott!
You know, Chase Elliott hasn't had the best playoffs. Have they saved their best for last? I honestly believe that we're going to see an outstanding performance by him today.
He pulled off the move heard around the world. The Hail Melon, the Watermelon Crawl, the Martinsville Miracle. Chevrolet, Ross Chastain.
I think it's fair to say after Martinsville, he's a fan favorite today. I'm going to go out on a limb there. He's a fan favorite today.
First appearance in the championship 4 after winning the elimination race at Martinsville last week. From Norman, Oklahoma, driving the number 20 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. Give it up for Christopher Bell!
Only repeat winner, boys, in this playoffs. Enough said. Enough said.
In Las Vegas, secured his 5th appearance in the championship 4. Your 2018 NASCAR Cup Series champion, driving the number 22 Team Penske Ford from Middletown, Connecticut, Joey Logano.
A big game player who has embraced the big game. He's not hiding from it.
Guys, it's Championship Sunday, but we have just confirmed some unfortunate news. Joe Gibbs Racing putting out a statement just a moment ago that it is with great sorrow that Joe Gibbs Racing confirms that Coy Gibbs went to be with the Lord in his sleep last night. The family appreciates all the thoughts and prayers and asks for privacy at this time. We're certainly thinking of his wife, Heather, certainly his son, Ty, dad, Joe, and mom, Pat, as well. I don't even know what to say, DJ. I mean, his son won the championship last night. I texted with Coy. We talked. The only thing that gives me comfort, kind of, is that I know he watched his son, Ty. You know, Coy went and ran the Supercross side, started that for Joe Gibbs Racing when his brother JD passed away, came over to help his dad run the NASCAR side. But I know how hard he worked to get Ty to this point. I mean, we're all stunned.
Yeah, stunned, devastated. You know, this family is family to me because of my association, the opportunities they gave me to get to know this family and to see Coy come from a college football career, try racing, do anything and everything to be a part of the family business there, and to bring young Ty along and put him in a championship situation. I guess if there's any consolation to it, that in thinking about it, that he was able to watch Ty win his championship yesterday. But my heart, my thoughts and prayers to Joe, Pat, Ty, everyone in the Gibbs family.
Kyle, you are a part of a very unfortunate fraternity, and you helped Joe Gibbs walk through the loss of his son, JD. This is now 2 sons for Joe. So what do you say?
You can't, man. You're going to make me cry. You know, Joe, and we talked a lot about JD and because of Adam. And we are a member of that club with Rick Hendrick and so many other people. And it's so sad. These are the days in this sport that we are family. And you hurt for everybody in this family. You know, there are no words. There are no words. And this is his second son. And I was just crushed when I found out about it, because it's the worst thing a parent can go through. It is the worst thing a parent can go through, is to lose a child. But you know, JD was Coy was love. Corey was love, and he got to see his son. There's so many things we can look at, so many positive things, you know, and that's what we have to look at. Anytime you have this situation, you have to look at the positive side. And Joe Gibbs, Pat, they're strong in their faith. They're strong in their faith, and that's all we have in times like this. That's all you have, is that faith that you're going to see them again, that they're in this place, they're in a better place. And listen, it breaks my heart. It truly, truly, again, it brings you back to that moment in your life, and I know it takes him back and Pat back to that moment when they lost JD, and now this. So it's incredibly, it's just a sadness that will fall on this place today as more and more people find out.
So Brad, how does the team move forward? Christopher Bell is going to go out and try and win a championship today. I can't fathom how he's going to move forward and go and try and win a title.
Yeah, you know, this is just, like you say, so tremendously sad and heartbreaking. And you know, the one solace you can take is that you know, Christopher Bell goes out today and performs for Coy. You go perform. You go, Coy would want Christopher Bell to go out and give his absolute best. So you take some solace in that. But otherwise, the reality is this is a tremendous loss for the Gibbs family, for the sport of NASCAR, our entire family. This is heartbreaking. This is sad. This hurts. And, you know, just thoughts and prayers go out to that entire family, entire organization. And we wish Christopher Bell the best today as he goes out and carries the banner for the Gibbs family.
You saw NASCAR President Steve Phelps there, you know, giving condolences to Christopher Bell. A moment ago, Denny Hamlin sent this tweet out. He's obviously been his entire career at Joe Gibbs Racing. Today we will do what we don't want to do, but we will unite as a family and race for the name on our chest, Joe Gibbs Racing. So, Junior and Burton, what are your thoughts?
Well, obviously, you know, life is precious and life is very fragile, and there's you just never know what you're going to wake up into in the morning. And you know, the Gibbs family is strong. They have a strong faith. You know, all we can do as a NASCAR community is put our arms around them and do everything we can to help them get through this. And it is just hard to imagine on a championship Sunday, on the day after watching his son accomplish a massive feat to not wake up the next day. And it's just hard to imagine, but the love from this community will be there for the Gibbs family, and again, their faith is strong, and they'll need every bit of it.
Yeah, that's what I keep going to is how this community and the NASCAR industry is. Anytime, you know, we're on the racetrack and we're competing against each other, we're competitors, and we go after each other pretty hard at times, but when things like this happen, this community can be incredibly supportive, and we will have to, you know, put our arms around Joe and Ty and that entire family going forward to try to help them through this process. It'll be a difficult, long journey for both of them and the rest of the family, but I know that this industry will do everything they can to make that journey as smooth as possible, and just a very difficult piece of news to learn this morning, Marty.
Well put, Junior, and everyone in the garage area sad. Everyone thinking of Coy Gibbs. Coy Gibbs passing away again this morning after being here to watch his son win a NASCAR Xfinity Series championship last night at this racetrack. Coy Gibbs was 49.
Let's take a look 1 week ago at Martinsville, how Ross Chastain. And now, race fans, here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome Busch Light Head of Marketing Kristen Stowe, Coca-Cola Senior Manager of Motorsports Marketing Al Rondon, and Xfinity Senior Director, Brand Partnerships and Amplifications, Jess Muir.
Drivers!
Start!
Engine!
Okay, there ain't I've been part of the hole. All right, there's command. Yeah, 10-4, got you stuck.
It's time for the championship to get underway. The field making their way out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air. The field fans out from the start, but then funnels right back down into turn 1 and turn 2. Still 3 wide, back for position.
We've seen a lot of the cars go across the apron on the front straightaway. They have not done it, avoided it. Try not to upset or damage the bottom of the cars. How much will they do that today?
All right, there they go right there, trying that apron, just shortcutting the dog leg, just trying to make it a shorter route to turn 1.
It picks up a little dirt on the tires, but once they clean that, the bigger worry is the diffuser, damaging that, dragging that off, shortening that up, changes the downforce.
The underbody. They don't want to damage any part of that. 1 lap to go in stage 1.
Here's a battle for third. They are all over each other here. Briscoe, the 5 of Larson. Truex maybe in the back of the 5 down into turn 1 here. That was tight.
35-point races have taken place, and points were very important after every stage. But for the championship 4, it doesn't mean a thing. No points matter. It's who finishes in front of the other. Joey Logano is going to win stage 1. That's the series' most 5th stage win at Phoenix for Logano.
One
request from crew chief Adam Stevens. Just help me turn a little bit better in the center of the corner. 4 tires and fuel, Marty.
25th to 13th for Ross Chastain. Let's see what the #1 ranked pit crew can do on pit road for him. He said he was a little too free and hurting the right rear on exit. And important to note, Dave, he was the fastest car for several of those laps at the end of the run.
4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel for 6th place running Chase Elliott. He said, I'm a little edgy into turn 1. If we could do the track bar adjustment we used to do, I'd say put it down. Parker.
Joe, the guy on the bottom right of your screen led every lap of that stage. Said he was just too free on the brake pedal, but then it got too tight in the center seat. The 22 team can keep control of this race, and they will win the race on pit road.
Logano controls the race, and we see Larson, Briscoe, Byron all gaining some spots there to stay up top.
Of Landon Castle's car, and this is Stenhouse with damage to the nose.
Saw Stenhouse
pretty killed.
Saw Stenhouse get lapped early in that first stage. They were racing 28th and 32nd.
Landon Castle highlighted here, coming off of turn 2, gets loose, hard into the wall, and then more contact from Stenhouse. So damage to the right front steering on the 77.
Yeah, just nowhere for Stenhouse to go. He's on the brakes right here, and just once you get on the brakes and you lock the tires up, it won't turn. And if you don't get on the brakes and lock tires up, you hit him really hard. So it's just a bad situation for Stenhouse to be in.
Now Chastain.
Oh, the 20's so loose.
Way up the racetrack.
Huge save right there. I know he's going to lose a lot of positions here, but he's so thankful that he didn't contact the wall. That was a bad deal.
He's going to live to fight another day. I mean, that was so close. That almost saw the end of this championship hunt right there. Watch the save.
Cool it off, one at a time. We're all right.
Watch how loose he gets right here. Just a massive save, Junior, and that's just big for that team.
Remember, it was this 3 wide of the racetrack, trying to keep the momentum up. But Blaney challenging him on the inside.
You see, the 12, he just wraps around the bottom. Car's driving much, much better than Logano, just drives by him.
And the Logano trying to look to the inside.
He shifted too.
There he shifted.
Man, this makes me a little nervous about this car being able to make it all the way to the end as hard as he's racing.
Coming up on 1 lap to go right there. 1 to go for Blaney as he crosses the stripe.
Allmendinger just in that 16 car. Maybe just got
the 12 almost into the wall.
Maybe out of fuel. The 12 of Blaney wiggling hard.
Yeah.
He's going again.
Yeah, I think he's out. I think he's out. He had some kind of problem. I do believe he's out.
So now, very difficult. He's going to end up winning the stage. He crosses the stripe and wins the stage, but does he have enough fuel to maintain pace? And what about his teammate, Logano?
Yeah, you can't cycle the engine. What if it won't refire? I mean, that's kind of a tough situation.
The end of the run, and they too waiting on the fuel, Dave.
No waiting for Chase Elliott because they stopped in that stage. He will need less Sunoco fuel. That should pick him up spots on pit road, Parker.
Logano started to chatter the front tires there late in the run, but did a masterful job holding off Martin Truex Jr. He will wait on fuel to see Ryan Blaney will win the race off pit road.
Coming off pit road, the furthest back of the championship 4 is going to be Christopher Bell. Logano still holding serve.
Good battle right here with Chase Elliott. Joey's
we got a spin. The 8 cars around here off of turn 4.
34 involved as well. Michael McDowell. As you mentioned, Tyler Reddick in the 8. Spinning in turn 4.
Doesn't look like any contact for Tyler. Just some flat tires.
So very quick there as far as the restart and right back to caution.
Broke something or bent something. Want to bounce off AJ.
Tyler Reddick. Again, and Michael McDowell involved in this one. Only 2 cars involved, but it was a 4-wide situation getting into turn 3, and that is not going to work out. Well, Ray Rackham be back for the restart here in just a moment. Championship 4 contenders.
Whoa!
Died into the wall on the inside, just brushed crushing it, and the caution comes back out.
Look at that steering wheel, Jeff. That steering wheel's not straight. He's got some suspension issues.
He made big contact with the wall.
Oh, he just said, yep, when he was asked big damage. And you look at that race car, and it doesn't look like it has a scratch on it right now.
You see the right front has damage.
See the steering wheel. If you look at that steering wheel, it's steered to the right just a little bit, so he's got some suspension issues. And here's how it happens. He tries to cut across the racetrack, but he has the one of Chastain right there, and Chastain turns him into the inside wall. Chastain gave him no brakes there. Chastain is underneath him right here, and the 9 comes across his nose, and Chastain holds his ground.
And watch right here. Watch it make contact. Both right side tires into the wall.
Chastain had a choice. He could have lifted. He could have went even further to the left. Said he wasn't going to do that. Really just held the wheel straight. Said, if you want to spin yourself across the nose of my car, it's not my fault. So that's the way he'll view this. Chase will probably be aggravated that he didn't cut him a break.
Oh, he just wrecked us.
And you heard it on the radio. He wrecked us.
Yep. Watch this run right here. Chastain gets a great launch. Gets to the start-finish line. As soon as he gets there, he turns to go underneath him, and Chase Elliott starts turning as well.
Hang on. One outside.
I just feel like Ross got a great run right there. Starts getting forward momentum right here. Seems to the left for a quarter panel, and Chase turns down on him. If I'm Ross Chastain, I'm not lifting there either.
To the top of the racetrack here, really pushing hard up into that resin that's still there from the previous races. Look at the gain down the back straightaway, running that high line. I love that.
Bell.
On the outside.
Yeah, looking for the championship here. Christopher Bell knows what's on the line, and we've seen it before. He won at the Roval when he had to. He won last week at Martinsville when he had to. Now for the championship right in front of him, it's Joey Logano, a car length away.
Bell trying to wrap that yellow line with the left side tires.
Off of turn 2 on the inside of the 38 of Gilliland, and wow, coming up the racetrack, Michael McDowell right into the door. I think Michael didn't realize that there was a car on the outside of Alex, expecting Alex to come up off the corner a little bit wider on corner exit. Real hard contact there. Luckily not. It didn't look like a really hard direct impact to the inside wall, kind of a glancing blow for Alex.
Wow, look at this. Yeah, one thing I can figure is McDowell thought that Bowman was going to move up the racetrack to the side of Todd Gilliland, and McDowell just completely misjudged it and just cleans Alex Bowman out.
See what they've got. Dylan.
20 team has worked all year to put together the best over-the-wall crew they can, and they need one more good stop here for the 20 team. Adam Stevens used a code word. We'll see what they do here. Right side's on for the 20 car. Marty.
The 3 players left in the championship 4, all coming down pit road. Right now, Ross Chastain's team trying to have a good stop. He said, I just could not get going on that last run. I lost that early right rear grip I had before, and the car just does not cut good enough. We'll see if the crew delivers, Parker.
For Joe Logano, he came on the radio and said, tight, could not turn there. As you see them go around the right side, this team has been absolutely perfect on pit road through this race. It looks like they'll be ahead of the championship 4.
Briscoe with a great stop. He comes off of pit road in front of Blaney. An issue we've seen before with this car, and now it's Brad Keselowski who has the buildup of rubber underneath the hood and the front end of this car, and it catches on fire to the point where he has to climb out of the car.
We've seen this before, and luckily Brad's able to get out. Seems like this happened to a lot of Fords this year. The Ford car of Harvick at Darlington. It happened to his teammate in Indianapolis. NASCAR felt like that they had this issue fixed. There is a ton of rubber buildup and debris at this racetrack. We can see it falling off the cars going down the back straightaway at speed. And enough rubber has built up to get in and around that exhaust, catch on fire, and then set the rest of the car on fire. Under caution for Brad. King.
Logano going for the lead. Briscoe on the outside. Logano dives down low. We'll see if he can make the pass before they get to turn 1.
Byron's got underneath Ross Chastain behind them.
Yeah, that issue in 1 and 2 behind the 12 the lap before cost him all kinds of momentum. He's trying to clear Byron.
Editor for the race win is Ryan Blaney, a teammate. That teammate has been hungry all year long. But it looks like he's going to have to stay hungry going to 2023 because Logano has been the class of the field all day long. The 32-year-old, Joey Logano, he's already built a Hall of Fame career. Today, he etches his name in stone as one of the few to capture multiple championships. Logano is a two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes! Great drive. Way to hang in there. Proud of you. Ah! Great job, guys. Great job down there.
A big, big season for Roger Penske. This is the first time he has ever won the IndyCar Championship and the Cup Series Championship in the same season. Unstrapping to get out of the car. Joey Logano, you can see the excitement. How badly he wants to climb out of this car to celebrate.
The family's here with you. You guys got the pole. It was a perfect race all day. Did you ever have any doubts, Joey, of being able to get back here and get that second championship?
I don't know what you said, right? I don't really care either. What'd you say, though?
A perfect day for you guys, the pole, everything else, the team top to bottom. Was there ever any doubt for you?
No. I knew going into this thing that we were going to win the championship. I told the guys we're the favorite from Daytona, and we truly believed it, and that's the difference. And man, it's like I said, I had a good team with a bunch of confidence, and we had all the reason in the world to be confident. I said I'd never been truly this ready for a championship race, and we did it, man. I can't believe it.
Family has defined your career from those summers you spent with your dad in the camper, traveling on over. Your family here, what does it mean to you to have them here with you?
Oh, man, it's so special, and J-Mo and Amelia are at home, hey guys, Dad'll be home soon, but we might party a little bit first. It might be a little rough shape when we get home, but this is, man, this is what it's all about, though. I mean, when you were a kid, his age, my dream was to win Cup championships, and here we are with two of them. Oh, man, it just means so much. It's so special. I just want to celebrate, Rhett.
Congratulations, Joey Logano is a two-time champion here at Phoenix Raceway.
So, Ross, I have to ask, is there anything differently you could have done on that last run to try and catch that 22 car?
Parker, I think we did everything right there at the end. That was a heck of a drive for us. Who had the one car at second in points on their bingo card February 1st? It's pretty wild, but look, this is a continuation of a lot of people believing in me, man. I came in the Truck Series in 2011 with Stacy Compton, Bobby Dotter, Brad, on up through Xfinity, Johnny Davis, and got the chance with Jay Robinson, got the chance with Chip Ganassi, and to build everything together to come and drive this one car, the 42 car last year. There's so many team owners, so many crew members that have put in work. Some of them were just like internships. They were working on the 4 car, and it's pretty wild to think we just fought for a Cup Series championship, had a car fast enough to chase them down at the end, and that's a testament to everybody at Chevy and GM making me a better race car driver with Josh and Scott and Dan. I wouldn't want to be doing this with anybody else. And man, my family, I got to tell you, they've stuck with me and pushed me forward from the farm to to NASCAR, and it's wild why we're here. I don't understand, but Mom and Dad and Chad, I'm so proud of what we've been able to do at the track and at the farm, and for all the watermelons across the country. It's absolutely incredible. So I want to take this moment and thank a lot of people. A lot of people maybe thought I was not sure what I was going to be when I got out of the car, but I'm so proud of the effort, so proud of execution on pit road with our pit crew, and this is only our first shot with Trackhouse, and for Justin Marks and Ty and Pitbull to believe in me to drive this one car, it's incredible.
Looked at the replay a couple of times. Ross was asked about it. He said you made sort of an erratic move and tried to cover him when he was there. How did you see it?
Just want to say congratulations to Joey and his team. They did a really good job this entire weekend, and he's a very deserving champion, and frankly just happy for them. Proud of my team for the effort that they put in this weekend. Felt like we had got our car a lot better throughout the race, and for that I think we should be very proud. It was nice to make the round. That's a very difficult thing to do. Obviously not content with that, but certainly nice to come out here and have a shot, and hopefully we can come back stronger next year and give ourselves another chance and make it go our way next time.
How would you assess the season, Chase? Because certainly there were high points with the wins, there were comebacks, and they were really overcoming throughout this playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned this a lot over the last few weeks, but each of the last 3 seasons, I feel like we have made the round of 4 in very different ways, and I think for that we should be very proud of. The playoff points that we accumulated this year in that regular season championship really is what got us here. Kind of a rough 9 weeks up until today. I actually thought today was going pretty good. We just had our best pit stop of the day, and we just got our car driving pretty decent too. So that's the way it goes. But nonetheless, I appreciate my team. They've worked extremely hard, and we have put a lot of effort in trying to be better. And I felt like we were headed in the right direction today. So proud of that. Looking forward to not worrying about racing for a little while. Frankly, looking forward to some time off and doing something else for a couple months.
Not Chase's day today, but there will be championships.
And day for Christopher Bell. It's going to be a 3rd place finish in the points today, but ultimately I know that's not what's on the minds of everybody on this team. But what is your emotions after your day today and everything that this entire group has gone through?
Yeah, I mean, wow. Just, from being out and then the wins at Charlotte and Martinsville, and then all of a sudden you wake up this morning and you're racing for a championship, you're happy, you're belated, and then, your world comes crushing down. So, whenever you get news like that, it definitely puts it in perspective that there's more to this than outside of racing. So, the whole Gibbs family is in all of our prayers, and thinking of them. Ultimately today, the best car won the championship. He was really strong. Proud of our 20 group, though. We fought hard, and whenever it was at the end of the race, the last pit stop, or we thought it was going to be the last pit stop, we were right there battling for it. So just proud to be in this position, proud to be at Joe Gibbs Racing, driving this number 20 car. DeWalt Camry was, we were there. We're there, and hopefully we can come back again next year.
Statistically, this was your best season of your NASCAR Cup Series career. So what positives can you take from everything you guys battled through this year and apply that to next year?
Yeah, I mean, I feel good about where we're at for sure, and I'm hopeful that my group stays the exact same, from mechanics and engineers, and obviously Adam Stevens on top of the pit box, because I feel like we got a good thing going, and feel like we're right on the brink of being there every week and being a title contender year in and year out. So just really thankful to be here, and very incredibly saddened by the news today, and thinking of the Gibbs family.
Tough day for the 20 team. Christopher Bell 10th on the racetrack today and 3rd in points.
So Joey, on behalf of everyone at NASCAR, I want to present to you the Bill France Cup and crown you our 2022 NASCAR Cup Series champion.